welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your hosts, Mark and Sam.
Hey there.
Hi, Sam. This is a Daisy. This was your choice. The
Yeah.
last one was Vin Diesel, wasn't it? Was it?
Yeah, it was Vin Diesel with the Last Witch Hunter,
Yeah.
and we bridged Elijah Wood off that into this North.
Okay.
So-called one of the worst films ever made.
Yeah.
I don't think it deserves that.
I have to say,
It wasn't good.
I
but-
googled it a bit and I saw how trashed it was by various people.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think Siskel, Ebert and Siskel, gave it his very, very rare 0 stars. Apparently, he rarely gives anything 0 stars. And and how many adult critics hate, men particularly for some reason, absolutely hated this film and said it was terrible. It was fine. I don't know what they're talking about.
It was just like, okay, it wasn't high art. It wasn't even that good, but it wasn't. Oh, what do they say? Embarrassing and hurtful. Maybe some of where they do some more ethnic stuff. Yes.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, Kathy Bates in Eskimo Face was a bit much, I have to say. But I think they just didn't like the fact Rob Reiner did this. I feel it's something to do with that, because he had a massively great run, didn't he, of really good films. Here's the films he did before North, right? Here we go.
Yeah.
Spinal Tap,
Yeah.
The Sure Thing, which I really like. It's not talked about, but I think it's
Never
a
heard
good
of it.
film. It's good. John Cusack. It's really good. Stand By Me,
yeah, I think
Princess
everyone's seen
Bride,
that.
Princess
Yep.
Bride.
Everyone should see that.
Sally, when Harry met Sally,
Mm-hmm.
Misery,
Yep.
A Few Good Men. That's a hell of a run, right? So
Yeah.
far, and all different genres. It has to be said.
Yeah.
And then we get to North, and at that point, the hate kicked in big time.
Yeah.
And actually, none of his other films after that are particularly noteworthy, I don't think. However,
Bucket List, that's the only one I've heard of. So,
the thing is, I recently watched another film which was a big misfire. It was supposedly a comedy, and funnily enough, Bruce Willis was in it too. Called Bonfire of the Vanities, and that was about 10 times worse than this film. It was absolutely awful, and you'd think, there's never been a film where Tom Hanks isn't, at least charming, but you need to see Bonfire of the Vanities. He's totally misused. So that, again, made me feel like, what are they talking about when I was watching this,
yeah. It made me laugh a couple of times.
I did laugh. I laughed particularly. The French bit made me laugh, where he was visiting a French couple and they were just sitting watching Jerry Lewis films over and over. That made me laugh. That did make me laugh.
It's like the weird. If you've ever watched Seinfeld, Jason Alexander and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who play George and Elaine, play North's parents.
Yeah.
This is just this very Seinfeldian, the opening,
How
where they're
weird.
just like, this guy knows something about inseams, apparently.
Yeah. So it's based on a novel by a guy called Alan Zweibel, who also wrote the screenplay, called, get this is a title
Yeah,
for
I
a
just
book,
saw the name
North,
of it.
the tale of a 9-year-old boy who becomes a free agent and travels the world in search of the perfect parents. Now, this is just a fantasy. This is a fantasy film. This is like Walter Mitty or something. And it reminded me of other films where directors have obviously had a misfire and it hasn't quite lined up to what they think they're giving. Another example of that is Spielberg's 1941, which is like a comedy musical set prior to the invasion of Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah.
Now that's crazy and all sorts, but it ain't funny. And if you want to go back a bit further, there's a film called Mad World, which is famous for having loads of comedians in, but it just isn't that funny. It's one of those. And this is kind of that. This is really just a young boy's fantasy. I have to say, Elijah Wood knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good.
He's the most precocious child. He's good at everything,
But
his parents don't give him enough attention.
yeah,
So-
but he's also a gifted child. He's kind of top of the class, but he's nice to everyone. All the kids like him. This, that, and the other. But then there's some weird sort of scenes and plots throughout. We get narrated by Bruce Willis, and I didn't realise he was going to become a character. And I have to say, when he started narrating, I was thinking, wow, Bruce Willis is not good at narrating.
No, he's not, unfortunately.
And,
he just kind of tries to do it the same as his acting, which you can't do for narration. You have to like actually kind of put in effort.
Now, so when I thought, first my thought was when he started narrating was, man, they should have got the guy that narrated Christmas Story or Morgan Freeman or someone to narrate this, not Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But actually then he appears in the film and I have to laugh. The first time we see him, I laughed my head off. I did laugh.
Yeah, him in the pink bunny outfit.
Which made me think of Christmas Story again. And I kind of like the fact he kept turning up in a.
It's weirdly an Easter movie.
Character. Yeah, it's kind of an Easter. It is an Easter movie. He reminded me a bit of. Do you remember that weird film? I think we've seen Hardcore Henry, where is it Sharlto Copley keeps turning up as.
Yeah, it kind of had a bit like that. Was kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah. And the cast list on this is amazing. Dan Aykroyd, Kathy Bates, Alan Arkin, John Ritter, Abe Vigoda, and it goes on and on and on and on.
Scarlett Johansson's first appearance in anything.
Scarlett, I wouldn't have recognised that. I stopped the scene and said, "Is that?" And I thought, maybe it was she was so young you couldn't tell it was her, right?
Yeah.
Now, it was made for 40 million and only grossed 12 and received a load of negative reviews. But the thing is, anyone who says this is the worst film ever made has not seen enough films.
You need to watch more films.
Yeah, there's way worse than this. I've watched way worse than this in the last 2 weeks. Never mind
same.
ever. So, get a grip.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
I think they were this may have just been people waiting for Rob Reiner to make a bad movie.
Yeah,
you say.
It's so weird. It's so weirdly aggressive. I don't get it. So basically, he's fed up with his parents because they're constantly arguing over a table while he's trying to get their attention. They're not paying him attention. So he decides to get a shyster lawyer in a law court. I like this actor. I think he was quite good as a lawyer.
Oh yeah, John Lovitz. Yeah,
John Lovitz. I really like
funny.
John Lovitz and stuff. He makes me laugh a lot. He's been in Friends and I'm guessing Seinfeld and
yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. I know. He's in a James Bob.
Wasn't he in Rat Race as the Jewish father? That was hilarious. I might pull that in as our Daisy Days. We'll see.
Yeah.
He's the shyster lawyer that somehow persuades the judge because one of the running jokes is the parents go catatonic when they
hear they just immediately like freeze in spot.
Yeah,
and when it comes to the actual case, the defense just stands up and goes, "I guess the defense rests."
Yeah,
and then the judge goes like, "Yep, we're going to make a judgment now."
Yeah,
so North is now free to kind of wander, try and find new parents.
And that's it. The whole thing is him visiting different places.
Yeah. This would make a very good like kids TV show.
Yeah.
Well.
It was a kids' film. This is the thing. This feels like a kids' film to me.
It is a kids' film.
And people were like, oh, this is a terrible message to tell children that we have to conform to what they expect of us. And so, is it? Is it really?
Did you not watch the movie? One, it was all a dream, and two, they showed that didn't work out.
Yeah,
so.
It's so weird. It's so weirdly misplaced. How people and I kind of liked it. The first visit, I actually really enjoyed, and that got a lot of intro. It's Dan Aykroyd and Reba McEntire as these broad Texans, right?
I love this whole bit where they're just like, yeah, we get the biggest and the best, and you're already the best, so we're going to make you the biggest. And they just start slapping huge pieces of meat in front of him. And they're
all obviously caricatures. This is a fantasy.
Yeah.
They're caricatures. And they're funny. And one thing I really liked, I picked up on that. I really liked.
Is it the musical number to Bonanza?
Well, that was terrific. But the actual thing was, as it gets into it, North, Elijah Wood's character, actually starts talking in a Texan accent.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was really impressed because he was when he talked to Bruce Willis, who I can't remember. Basically, Bruce Willis keeps appearing as a different character, but the same character. He's almost like Clarence the Guardian Angel type, right? But he's like this cowboy type, and he's saying, We got a saying around here, kid. It says if you're panning for gold and it's not working out, try a different stream. It's all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And at one point he says, wait, before you go, kid, he throws up a silver dollar and shoots a hole through it. So he's giving him a dollar with a hole in it. He says, there's a little, token to remember me by. Yeah. Memento, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, North's. I did like the musical number. I thought it was alright. It was good fun.
It's a weirdly musical film because then we had like a whole sequence in Hawaii where North kind of accepted it first, and then they showed they did like a brief like fire dancing sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean the tone was kind of. It reminded me a bit of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It reminded me of the Cat and Hat movie with Mike Myers. It was a bit of that. It was that kind of deal.
It was better than that.
Yeah. But it was that kind of thing. Imagine if Pee-wee's Big Adventure just wasn't funny. That's kind of, wasn't as funny anyway. But yeah, I did laugh a couple of times at this, and I was quietly happy watching it. I was like, "What is the big deal?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was weird just trying to watch this and like this is just kind of funny. I like the whole shtick with the kid that becomes like an evil mastermind who's manipulating everyone.
Oh yeah, there was the side, the side kid, who wanted all this for the kids,
like children's liberation sort of thing.
Yeah, and all the kids had to. The parents were trying to counter to the kids and all this, which wouldn't happen. There's no way that would happen. Forget that. So he doesn't like Texas, so then he goes to Hawaii.
He goes to Hawaii, where they weirdly try to use him as like advertising.
Yeah, but they show his butt as one of the advertising things.
But the advertising is like an octopus pulling down his trousers.
Yeah, showing
which
his
is
tan
weird.
line, right? Yeah, that is weird. There was a few weird touches like that for this film.
And they were like, to be frank, we just really need the tourism money. So if you're down to stay, we can do this as a trade thing. And he leaves after some more advice from Bruce Willis as another character.
Yeah. I have to say, I didn't say it before. I know we mentioned he was turned out in a bunny suit, but that whole premise of North escaping from attention by just sitting in a furniture store on one of the armchairs because he just looks like a kid waiting for his parents to pick furniture, so people will leave him alone.
Yeah,
that was pretty fun. I like that. And Bruce Willis turned up in a pink bunny outfit. It was like amazing. I'm glad he did because the narration really wasn't working for me. But as soon as he appeared in the character, I was fine with that. So in no way doesn't like it. So it's somehow this kid
to Alaska.
Goes to Alaska. Now here the parents seem
this had the joke that really made me laugh, where it's like they land in one city and they just have to skid the plane to Anchorage.
Yeah, big, nice skid. Yeah, great skid.
Like they did do this whole bit in the cockpit, which did remind me of Airplane, where they're like, "Hey, you leave a few dents on the terminal, but eventually you get it down. You get it down right."
And then it's gently touched the glass as it finally stopped skidding, didn't it? So but we get a bit of the unfortunate Kathy Bates in Eskimo Face, Abe Vigoda in Eskimo Face, everyone in Eskimo
really
Face.
Weird, like Alaskan suburbia.
Yeah, Kathy Bates was apple pie mum, but Alaskan, right?
Yeah.
But native Alaskan, not American.
It was supposed to be like full on Eskimo, but it was like it was proper suburbia, except they were just in igloos to the point the dad like pulled out his keys. Pressed a beeper on the side of the igloo opened up.
And they're saying, where are we going? And North is really digging it. And it's like, where are we going now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Grandpa, it's a grand tradition. Basically, they're putting Grandpa on an ice floe. And they're saying, but he could stay part of the family. He wants to. And Avery Goldie's going, I'll be dreaming of this.
Yeah.
And then there's a queue to get rid of all the old blokes.
Yeah.
That made
and
me
they
laugh.
set them out with like a little TV and a sofa. They just drift them off.
Yeah.
And Avery Goda's like, hey, if they change like tradition within a couple of weeks, can you come get me? And they're like, what? We can't hear you. Bye.
Bye. That was terrible. And then eventually while this is happening,
do some quick shot ones. Like he goes to the Amish for a moment. And there's like this really weird joke where it's like, I art your father. This art your mother. This art your brother. What's it like Jebediah? This art your brother Art. It's like
they introduce three brothers and say this is Art. It's like, I didn't quite follow that.
I think the joke is that they're all called Art. So.
Yeah. And funny enough, the mother in that was Kelly McGillis, who was the your love interest in Top Gun, but more specifically, the love interest or one of the main female characters in a film about the Amish called with Harrison Ford. I've forgotten the name. Witness. Okay. So they brought her in as a cameo because she played that character in another film because she was only in it very fleetingly, and you probably didn't even recognise her from Top Gun.
Not seen Top Gun.
Oh, okay. So. Well, yeah, okay. And then he goes, this is great. I love all the non-electricity. Can you just give me a minute? And he gets back in the plane.
It's like, fly!
Go. And then he goes to New York. And then we get the kid and the lawyer sort of tracking him and sort of saying, he could be coming back to his parents, and we got the evil little kids sort of saying, no, I won't let that happen.
Yeah, we know we got an eye on him, and then it's the guy who voices the like screw up detective in Batman the Animated Series as like a henchman,
right?
Who's prepped to kill North if he ever tries to meet his family again.
Yeah, him being chased around by a hitman in the streets and no one saying anything was weird.
It's New York. I don't believe it.
Then he meets another family, doesn't he? Hold on, I'm trying to think of the time.
It was the Nelson. He goes to the Nelsons first, and he really likes them. Like he gets.
Yeah, now that's John Ritter, who was in Problem Child. He was the dad in Problem Child. Really, another fun film. And the lady, and that's where Scarlett Johansson is one of the daughters, isn't it? And they seemed like a really nice family. But then a videotape. I should have said earlier. We see the kid.
The kid fakes a videotape of the parents saying like terrible things about North.
Yeah, so they're saying, "We got another kid for you called Hugh," and he goes, "I don't want Hugh," and it sounds like you, right?
Like Hugh isn't our son.
And they, he's not our son, and they put fake. They plant questions to make it sound like the parents don't want him, whereas actually the parents are really sad when they.
And then they edit in other questions. So,
And then one of the kids he's at school with, turns up and kind of like a shady detective.
Yeah, it's like you didn't meet me. It's like, but you're here. It's like no, you don't understand. You didn't meet me. Here, take this. It's like, what's this? You've seen it already. It's like, no, I haven't. It's like. Yeah, you're getting this. It's like, no, I actually haven't seen this.
There's a bit of wordplay fun, right? Yeah, that was fun. Essentially, he's got this videotape he needs to watch.
It was a bit who's on next. So.
Yeah, it was a bit. And he gets chased by the hitman who thinks he's got him because he shoots.
Yeah, he shoots it.
His hat comes off.
Yeah, North jumps into the back of a truck. He fires several shots and North's hat comes out stained red.
So it looks like blood, but it's actually borscht.
Yeah.
And then he gets in the kitchen of a hotel where a set of weird contrivances make the videotape fly in the air and land back in his arms. And then he goes into a convention where Bruce Willis is a stand-up comedian. And it's a smoke alarm convention. And this made me laugh too.
An anti-smoke alarm people.
Yeah. It did make me laugh. One of the jokes definitely made me laugh, which is... I was with a dame last night and I said to her, "Do you smoke after sex?" And she goes, "I don't know, I never looked." And there's like absolutely no reaction. And then he says, "But the smoke alarm didn't go off," and then everyone cracks up. That made me laugh. I laughed. That was funny.
I also liked his like weird, like layered on metaphors.
Yeah.
It's like, the grass is always greener on the other side of some
under
guy's
the bush or something, under someone else's bush or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically he lets him watch the videotape so he knows, right?
Yeah.
And he actually says, "Are you my guy?" Does he ask? Oh, no.
Then he flat out like, "What are you, a guardian angel?" So.
But then he give him the silver dollar back.
We missed the best stupid advice, which was, if you don't like the heat, stay out of Miami. It's like, what's that about? Nothing. It's just really hot in Miami. Your balls will stick to your leg. It's awful.
That seemed really weird in what is a kids' film, actually. Yeah. So eventually he gets back to his parents.
Yeah.
The judge is there, and
The judge is there with the timer. It's like he has till
with
midday.
a million clocks. There's a million
Yeah.
clocks in this car, which again felt a bit Cat in the Hat like,
Yeah.
and it turns out it was all
North
a
is
dream.
running. He's like jumping. It's 59. All a dream.
It's all a dream. So this is all a dream, and his parents are happy to see him, and they're actually paying him attention. So that's it. But yeah, it was all right.
It's
It was
fine.
all right. I
Like
quite
I
liked
don't
some
get
of-
what the hubbub about was. It's just like a fairly average kids movie.
Yeah. It was okay. I don't
Yeah.
see what the fuss was about. And when you said this is one of the worst,
Quite
horror films
racially
ever made.
insensitive, but
Yeah. Apart from that, and there was a weird bit where one of the kid, the evil kid, was being massaged and saying, "Hey, work on my blowback toots" or something like
Yeah.
that. It's
Where
like,
all the
this
tension
is so weird.
builds.
This is so weird. Yeah. I like. Is it John Lovitz, the lawyer who?
Yeah, John
He
Lovitz
was
is
good.
the
He
lawyer.
was good.
Yeah.
You could tell he's not particularly happy about how things are developing because the kid's saying, "Ah, you could be the president. I've got bigger
Yeah.
ambitions."
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But yeah, what a cast! It's such
Yeah.
a weird. I don't know. Set of events. It's like
Yeah. I think it was a lot of people saw the cast list and were like, "Ooh, this is going to be something big," and then they're all bit parts because that's how the film's structured. So
yeah. Oh, it says here apparently Partex was gonna be played by John Candy, but he
that would have
dropped
been
out.
interesting.
Yeah, but Dan Aykroyd's here. I mean, he was only in it for a bit, but Dan Aykroyd's fine.
Yeah.
Too. I think I like out of all of the couples, I like the Texans the best. Actually, they
Yeah.
just made me laugh. The musical number helped, I guess. But
Yeah.
the weird. It was weird because this got, all sorts of awards or nominations for worst of this, except Elijah Wood, who got various ones for best. And weirdly,
Yeah.
so how about that? Best performance by a younger actor in various things too. But yeah, I don't remember this coming out at all. I'm wondering if it even came out in the UK because it flopped so hard in America. But
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, when you said it, I had no idea what you're talking about. But I quite
Box
liked
office of 12 million on a 50 million budget.
it. Yeah,
Oh.
rough, innit? Rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a
The
bad
word
film.
of mouth must be brutal to this. So
Yeah, I kind of like this. It was a fantasy fluff. It was fluff, and I quite liked it. And there's probably hundreds of films much worse than this, and it's not even. I wouldn't even if someone said, "Was it bad?" I said, "No, it's all right. It's just don't expect too much."
like we've seen bad.
Yeah.
We've seen films so bad we didn't have much to talk about on here.
Yeah, we talked about other things.
Yeah.
But no, this was fine. What have you got any final thoughts about it? We'll score.
No, not really. It's a fairly like milquetoast children's comedy movie.
I mean, it is a bit of a step down for Rob Reiner compared to the run he had. But, it was okay. It was okay. And I didn't mind it. And I wouldn't mind watching it again sometime.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I'll probably enjoy it more with a second watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would give this 6 out of 10. I think it's
Yeah, probably give it around the same.
So not bad. So that's how Daisy Daisy.
Not even on like my negative. It's just like it was an okay film.
Yeah, it was okay. Just some of the jokes didn't work, but some did. The
Yeah.
French, we didn't. I talked about it at the beginning, but when he goes to Paris and he's sitting there with a beret on, looking confused by these, and every channel's got Jerry Lewis on. That was funny. That was funny. I did laugh. Okay. All right. We'll wind up there. So our next Daisy will be my choice off of anyone
One of these
except Elijah
many.
Wood. Elijah Wood. Anyone in this film. I've got a few ideas.
Yeah.
But,
What do you think?
I've got a massive range. To choose from. I'm in the mood for a monster movie, and there's at least 2 characters in this that have been in monster films. So I might go with that. So we'll see.
Okay.
And I mean a big dumb monster movie. I don't mean a horror movie. So I'm gonna have a think, and but we'll see. I might change my mind entirely. I might suddenly think, because I mean Bruce Willis and even Alan Arkin. They've got big careers. Dan
You've got Abe
Aykroyd.
Vigoda.
Ava Gardner's been in The Godfather, I think.
Yeah.
For example. So, yeah, we'll see. All right, then. Let's wind out there. So, bye from me.
Bye.